Right. I was trying to boot up the game and then I got some kind of error notification. So I already started to panic to see if it was working, but rebooting it actually helped. So here we are. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. Hope you all had a really nice weekend, by the way. I certainly did. It was really nice. I had it's just I need to go back to GT7. Well, never say never, but for now it's 100% all dedication to LMU. But not to say that GT7 isn't enjoyable. It's a really nice game, sim, what you want to call it. So you never know. Maybe at some point we'll get back to trying GT7 a bit again if they release new tracks or stuff like that. But for now, we're staying with LMU. I grabbed a fresh coffee before I started the stream. That's also always a good thing. But as I was saying, I had a really nice weekend. It was good weather here in the Netherlands. It has started to rain a little bit, but it's still nice temperature, so that's all good. But it's not too warm to say, well, it's not possible to sim race or stuff like that. So here we are with another live stream. And it's possible that you're seeing some changes in the live stream because yeah, as I was mentioning last week, it's now possible to become a member. I'm still figuring stuff out on that front, so it's not all set in stone yet. So for now, it's only one membership level that is available. Um, but yeah, I want to diversify that in the future. So see what we can do with that, and yeah, bring exclusive or more exclusive stuff to yeah, to memberships. And you might have also seen that it is also possible to get a discount, a one-time discount at Go Setups, since we are now a official affiliate for Go Setups. So that's actually also pretty cool. Yeah, so if you haven't checked them out, you can check out their services, obviously, at their website. And obviously, there's no obligation to do so, but if you decide at one point you want to check them out or try their setups, then you can use the discount code, which is on the screen as well. So yeah, it's really nice that I can like use the channel at this point to give something back, you could say, to people in the form of a discount. So I'm really happy with that. I hope, yeah, um, that is a form of giving something back to people who follow you on the channel. So I think it's really cool. Let's register for the Monza race. I think we're gonna stick with the Lexus for now. Switch to the bright and blue and orange livery. And depending on the races for next week, I actually want to try out some different cars as well, and also different setups for those cars as well during the week. Let me actually have a look if I can already see what the races for next week will be. Usually they are pretty quick with those adjustments. No, it's not on the Discord yet, so I can't see yet what the races will be for next week. That's a shame, but maybe later today it'll be possible to see. Can I do some practice? Not really. It's okay. We're gonna jump in without practice. I haven't done any warm-up laps yet, which is okay. It's fine. We're gonna start off and ease into the races. Let me also just check, since we have 3 minutes left, if we can hop over to, yeah, so the Monza race is 45 minutes. That's actually a shame. I was hoping we could hop over to the one stint sprint at Sebring after, but that's probably not possible. So 45 minutes starting in 3. Yeah, so that's 10 past 1. And then 45 minutes will be 55. So if we take a look at the schedule, it's gonna be, yeah, we could do Fuji. Not really a big fan of Fuji though, especially not when it's bronze fixed. Yeah, we're just outside of the window for that one as well. For this one too. We could do this one. And obviously we can do back-to-back Monza races, which is also nice. And in that case, it might be turn 1 chaos incoming, yes. Yeah, this is still bugged. As soon as you click on the race, it gets stuck on the loading screen. Or at least to me, that seems like it's a bug of some kind. Yeah, Monza's nice. Even with the chaos, you're right. Totally true. Yeah, I enjoy Monza as well. It's a nice track. Especially on LMU. But in general, the scans in LMU for the tracks are like top tier, if you ask me. There's not really like, yeah, Fuji fixed bronze can be like really bad as far as the racing goes. But there's not a single track I don't enjoy on LMU. The scans are just top tier. So yeah, even if it's chaos, it's still enjoyable. So let me just test one thing. You're gonna see an image in the screen for a second. Let me just test if this is working. Okay, it should be working. So just to not spill the beans for the setups, as you might be doing some changes at some point on certain setups, I added a yeah, block screen, so to speak. That should be working. Let's join the event. I can't really see if it's working or not. should be. Well, let's first load up the setup. Monza. Qualifying. Let me check again. Yeah, so it should be working, right? I think it's working. I think it's working properly. Yeah. It's blocking the setup stuff, so. And then I know, and then I'm scrolling through them. Okay, well. Something I need to get used to a little bit. We're actually in split 1. That's pretty cool, because there were a lot of registrations for this race. We're actually in the same split as Luke Addison. So we're not the only content creator in this split. Obviously, he's very quick, but we'll see. Yeah, I was just checking. But I need to, I hotkeyed a like a show and not show button, but I need to. It should be. Isn't it hiding now? Let me check. Yeah, okay. So it's working. Something I need to like practice a little bit with, I guess. Okay, we lost a little bit of time because of that, but that's not a big problem. So I hotkeyed some show and hide buttons. Obviously something I need to get used to if I am like fiddling with setup stuff. Yeah. Needs to become, let's say, muscle memory when I'm in the garage to just use it, I guess. Ooh, cold tires. That's the one disadvantage for Monza, is that it's like difficult to warm up the tires in a lap. Really takes around 3 or even 4 laps to get the tires in the optimal window. Yeah, thanks. Seems to be good now, indeed. Okay, let's do a banker lap. Fire's not really warm yet, but we can at least do a banker lap to get a time on the boards. can just feel the tire still sliding a little bit. Oh, you did a race? Nice. How did it go? Did you enjoy it?
Lap 1:52.41.
Yeah, I guess it's understandable that you're rusty after racing, not racing for such a long time. Good afternoon, Dutch Travel Guy. What's up? Oh, bad exits.
Time 1:51.14.
You did 3 rounds of Monza yesterday? How did it go? Hope it went well. Split 2 of 8, that's not bad at all. Oh no, I'm all over the place. Okay. This lap isn't it. We should be able to just reach the finish line for a final lap. Well, as long as you gain DR and SR, it's okay, right? Let's hope I reach the finish line before the time runs out. To do one more lap. Ah, it's gonna be close. I'm not gonna make it. Ah, that's a shame.
Time 1:52.39.
Ooh, we're way off the pace here. Should be able to do a 150, but somehow way off the pace. Oh my. We're in the trenches. Yeah, I should have been able to do a 150, which would have placed me in the top 10. Stupid. But it's okay. Let's load up the race setup. And then go from there. First race of the day anyway. Captain Yoda, what's up? Good afternoon. Yeah, taking in consideration that you're having a new setup, stuff like that. Net gain, DR, and SR, I would say it's all good. Yeah, we're gonna take it easy at the start, since we're at the back of the grid anyway. Since I bound, I think I I bound the show and the hide button also to like in-game chat messages. So now it's saying in the chat, be careful at the first corner, because I pressed the hide button for the setup stuff. That actually is pretty funny. That works. So each time I'm hiding the screen, it'll like show that chat message as well. That's actually pretty funny. Oh, it's a bank holiday in the UK. Nice. Well, first race of the day, so let's see if we can get a decent start.
Formation lap has started.
It's a 30-minute race, so it isn't one in the first lap. Oh, did I I forgot. I'm overfueled. It's just 6 laps, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Thanks for the luck.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, crash. Yeah, gents, where are we going? I took the safe route just to be sure I didn't hit anyone. Wow. What was that? Couldn't turn in. Corvette sending it into every corner. Dive bombing like crazy. Yeah, this is gonna end bad.
9.5.
Turn 1, chaos incoming. Somebody completely cut the track there. That's allowed? No! I had no brakes. Oh, the car's toast. I had no brakes. The car wouldn't stop. What was that? I can't explain what happened. I didn't even brake late. Yeah, I'm having severe damage, of course. And no top speed anymore. Yeah, I guess that was my own fault, but I absolutely have no idea what happened. Zero control. I tried to avoid people, but that obviously didn't work. Well, let's just continue and see if we can do damage control. That's gonna be really difficult with a totaled car. At least the steering isn't broken or bent. Yeah, oh, this is gonna be a painful race.
That time was a 1:57.98.
On the braking, the car's so nervous. But yeah, the best I can do is just keep on driving. Repairing has no sense, makes no sense. Just letting him go because no point in fighting if you're that slow. Yeah, all I can hope for is like DNFs and people crashing.
That time was a 154.21.
Oh, Luke actually DNF'd. Must have happened something. I'm actually surprised that I'm able to do a 153 with this damage.
29.
I also, talking about wheels, I also like that Fanatec adjusted or released that that wheel hub. So it's now possible to take third-party wheels and put them on your Fanatec wheelbase. That's actually pretty cool. I think they did a smart thing releasing that.
Time 153.49.
Yeah, marketing-wise, it's just a really smart move, I think. Oh, somebody in the pits.
That time was a
At least that's another
153.12.
position. Well, another crash. Yeah, this is one chaotic race. Oh, no brakes. What's up with the brakes this race? Is it my pedals?
Time 155.08.
Yeah. If nothing weird happens, it's gonna be P26. Because the guy behind us is catching up, obviously. Another crash. I need to stay away from the curves. Like a lot. Yeah, you're totally right. Oh, another one in the pits. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on driving.
That time was a 1:53.14.
Another crash. Unbelievable. Podium. Yeah, if it was a reversed podium, it would be a podium.
That time was a 1:53.43.
Well, with the amount of accidents happening, it might be a top 20. If I just keep on driving.
Time 1:53.23.
At least we're consistent. Without damage, it would have been a lot better, of course, but try the Porsche. Isn't that really lacking in top speed right now? Somebody else in the pits. I'm actually really surprised that we're gaining so much places just by keeping on driving and people entering the pits. Didn't we qualify P23? I think so. We're actually gonna do a 152 with all this damage.
That time was a 152.66.
Yeah, we're certainly gonna do this race again. It's a fun race, but this specific one was just a write-off after my mistake. Yeah, I'm personally not really a fan of the Aston Martin. Just don't like how it drives, or just don't get along with it really well.
That time was a 153.41.
should be able to keep P23, even though P24 is also gaining. Porsche is really good, obviously, at corner exits. Oh, they're fighting.
Lap
Maybe
1,
another freebie with some luck. Maybe someone's gonna do a desperate move. Doesn't look like it. Too bad. Wouldn't really make a big difference, of course. Yeah, big shame. But a lot of DNFs, I think. Oh, only 5. That's weird. Yeah, this was a bad race. Ugh. We're gonna forget about that. Yeah, I really like the Lexus. That's why I'm sticking with it most of the time. Yeah. I think we cost Fedorov the DNF, actually. With that crash. Stupid mistake. Yeah, we're gonna do this one again. Put in some practice laps this time. Yeah, at least I survived. You're right, Todd. What's up, by the way? This is one cool livery. Yeah. Oh, no. Pressed the wrong button. We're sticking with the Lexus. Let's just do some practice laps. I'm actually looking to buy a new seat because the seat I have is too cramped. It's just getting too small. Or I'm getting too big. It just depends on how you look at it. But it's just... I'm too cramped up for longer sessions. It's really not ideal. Okay, let's do some practice laps. Sparko Grid Q. Yeah, I had that one. I didn't like it. Did you buy it with like extra cushioning or? I bought the Grid Q and then I changed it for the one I have now. But ever since I started doing like the 2 or 3 hour races, this was getting, yeah, just uncomfortable at the end of those races. It just doesn't want to brake at this corner. So I'm actually looking into like recliner seats to have a little bit more comfort, but yeah, the one thing holding me back of buying a recliner seat is the supposedly flex you have under braking. I don't know if that's something I would want to have. Why isn't it stopping? I'm braking at the normal regular brake markers, but it's not stopping. Yeah, it must be the tires, but I don't know if that also was the case in the second lap of the race. Probably. Okay, let's see if we can do a 151. Oh, the understeer. Huh. This seems like a normal lap.
151.16.
Yeah. We should be able to do a 150, right? Yeah, this is already a much better lap. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Half a second improvement, yeah, that's good.
Lap 150.4.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. If we are able to do that during qualifying, then we should be on for a way better result than the last race. Right. Yeah, but a really weird understeer as well. It just didn't want to turn in at that lap. Let me just take a bite of my sandwich. Maybe with even like more practice, it would be able to do a 149. Yeah, because I already did a 150.2 in a race. So you would assume that I would be able to do a 149 in qualifying. Let's see. Yeah, in general, you like want to avoid the curbs a little bit with the Lexus. You mean my wheel? I'm on a Fanatec Formula V 2.5. Yeah, this is. Seems like the Corvette is like the ultimate meta. Almost half of the grid is driving a Corvette. Wow. Yeah, let's see if we can do a 150 low or a 149 high in qualifying. That would be very cool. Yeah, for fixed setup races, I actually like the Corvette. But yeah, for an open setup, I haven't really tried it. We could try it at some point, of course. Yeah, on cold tires, the brakes really don't work. Cold tires and brakes. Okay, let's do a normal opening lap. It already feels better, so that's promising. Yeah, Lambo is also really tricky to drive. Unless you're like an absolute animal. So usually the aliens are pretty good in the Lambo. It's really fast over one lap.
Lap 151.5.
Yeah, this was a good banker lap. This is promising, come on. Stupid track limits. Should still be able to improve though. But normally you want to improve like at least a second.
That time was a 151.3.
Come on, I should be able to do a 150. Not again, come on. We're okay. All the time to be gained is in this chicane. Come on. This is a competitive split.
That time was a 150.4.
P26. Wow. With a 154. Oh my.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Yeah, this is one competitive slip. Split. What's wrong with me? Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the reminder. But I did it the right way this time. Yeah, we're so far back, man. I did a 150. A 150 low and
Formation lap has
not even
started.
close to the top 10. Well, let's see. It's gonna be interesting anyway. I just hope like nobody behind us is gonna dive bomb like an absolute hero in the first corner. But yeah, we're not gonna be as quick off the line as this Corvette or that Mustang.
Green flag, green flag.
Okay. Oh, big crash. Behind and in front. Oh no. What was that? Yeah, we're having damage again. Oh, another crash. Man, it's probably even better to just start from the pits. Oh, more crashing. What an absolute sense. People crashing left, right, and center.
Time 1:54.97.
No! Ah, come on. Yeah, race over. Unbelievable. What happened, man? Yeah, I lost the tire, so wasn't gonna work. Huh? Yeah, this was netcodes. Yeah, it was such a tiny touch. What? I shouldn't have raced him that hard, probably. It was the smallest of touches, but it completely threw me into the wall. This race isn't going too well. It was such a small touch, but I lost all control. Yeah, there's nothing left to do than just sign up for another one. We'll hop over to the to this one then. It's still more than 15 minutes away, but we can do some practice. Yeah. You would think that would like cause a spin, but not. It was really weird because I touched him going this way, then you would think the back end would snap out instead of the front end understeering into the wall. Really weird. Yeah, we have to wait 2 minutes and I can join the practice server. It's a shame because I was in P16. Could have been an okay result, but a DNF is really gonna hurt. I'm actually in doubt if I want to do this race again this week. I did it last week 2 times, but it's really tricky. Let me just check if the yeah. Well, the Imola race has been going better anyway, so let's hope that's still the case. Let's see if the races for next week are. Oh, they still haven't uploaded them. That's weird. Usually around this time, it's already known what the races for tomorrow will be, but I'm not seeing anything. Let's join practice first. Yeah. I doubt we're gonna be in Lit 1 for this race. It's saying no vehicle. That's weird. Okay, let's get out of this one again. Is that a bug? Yeah, I registered, but it's saying no vehicle. Weird. Yeah, now it's working. Now it's working. Okay, let's do some practice. Might consider starting from the pits the next race just to avoid all potential carnage based on how the race starts today have been going, and then see what we can salvage from there. Unless I'm in the top 5, of course, but these cold tires. Does anybody actually know when the firmware will be updated for Fanatec for the True Force support? Or Full Force? What's the actual name? Full Force, True Force? I think it's Full Force.
Lap 146.21.
Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. You can really V-shape that corner as well. I believe we did a 143 last week in qualifying. Let's see. Why are you driving in the way when you're exiting the pitch? He's completely blocking everyone. Yeah, I have 3 more laps of fuel left, so should be fine. Just gonna do 1 more lap. And then wait for the race lobby to start.
Lap 146.68.
Too early on the throttle. That would have been a proper lap. Okay, well. We're warmed up. That would have been a 144 low, I think. 142 at Monza would have been really quick, yeah. With a GT3, that is. Let me just take a look if the damage from the last race is... No, it's not there yet. Yeah, that's gonna be a big hit on the driver rating. A DNF is usually a bad thing. Lots of registrations as well for this week. This race. The Monza race is popular, but this one is also really popular, it seems. 5 splits. I'm guessing we're gonna be in split 3 or 4. I would think, but... So, could I ask you for your opinion while we're still waiting to join the lobby? Should I, because it's just a layout thing for the stream, but I have the Go setups and the discount code like at the top right of the screen now. So in game it's next to the lap counter, but I could also place it within my like webcam area on the right above the wheel. And then make it a little bit smaller, but what do you guys think? Would that be better? I guess it doesn't really make a big difference. Apparently my collision strength was at 0%. That's weird. Yeah, I could remove the subscriber thing. You think it's a little bit big? Okay, you know, I could also make it smaller. Let me just try something here. Although it's kind of difficult when the stream is live. I could make it a little bit smaller. Do it like this. Yeah, your opinion matters, so I could do it like this. It's a little bit smaller now. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit more suitable. Oh, I didn't join. Oh, I'm not too late for qualifying, maybe. Oh, we're in split 2. I actually wasn't expecting a high split, but... Yeah, so 18 GT3 cars, we're gonna... I think we might start from the pits, actually. Okay, let's see. The tires are so much quicker on temperature on this track. Oh, and then I must mess up the final corner. Sloppy lap. Really sloppy lap. Okay, let's try and hook it up this lap.
Time 1:46.02.
How's that P4? That was such a sloppy lap. This lap's much better.
That time was a 1:44.20.
What? How? I need to get a good exit. Ah! Okay, one more try.
That time was a 1:44.23. That time was a 1:43.
Yes.
87.
Ooh, that last lap was pretty okay, I would say. I had the right amount of fuel. Look, you can see on the top bottom right, you can see it says in the tank there's 1.7 laps left. So don't look at the energy meter, it's just the fuel to energy ratio that's different.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
But yeah, I'm happy with that lap. I think this is 18 laps. Yeah. So now the fuel ratio or the energy ratio is just a little bit different again. So now I can do 20 laps with the energy, but I'm having 21 laps worth of fuel in the tank. So, but it's a maximum of 20 laps I can do. I'm actually pretty happy with how that qualifying went.
Formation lap has started.
Now to survive lap 1. Yeah, so there's also a few LMP3s in this race. But the start differences, so the differences between the cars in this race are really weird. But I guess that's like less of a problem if you're more to the front.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, good start. Really good start, come on. We're actually keeping up with this LMP3.
That time was a 1:57.5.
Sorry, I'm not really chatty, but this is taking a lot of focus. I need P3 to put pressure on P2. Please don't drive into me, we're on a straight.
Time 1:45.93. Lap 1:44.47.
Oh yeah, the track cuts. Yeah, I need them to start fighting. Come on.
Time 1:44.61.
Oh, Chaos behind.
Time 1:44.22.
No. Oh, this is tense.
Lap 1:44.40.
What the hell? He bumped into me. Yeah. Okay.
That time was a 146.33.
Oh no. No, 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 no! Unbelievable! What am I doing? No way, man. Why am I pushing like that? Yeah, I lost the tire again. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is such a shame, man. I knew it when I went on that one curb. I was pushing too hard to, like, keep up with him. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, man. Stupid mistake again. It's not... Today is not the day. I don't know what it is. I was doing such a good job, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck again, no. So stupid, man. Stop, 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 stop. I cannot believe it. Oh no, I turned on repair damage? No. I just want the tire to be fixed. It didn't change the tire? Because I pressed backspace? This is going from bad to worse. Yeah, I might as well just... Why didn't it change the tire? What's up with that? Yeah, this race is ruined. Could have been a P2 easily. It should have been a podium at least. And then I do something like that. Unbelievable. Such a shame. I don't know what it is today. Each time I lose the car, it's like a race-ending crash. No, stop, stop, stop. I'm gonna get stuck again. No, come on. This is embarrassing. Is there somebody coming? No. Okay, now please change the tire. It doesn't want to stop. Yeah? I don't know what's going on. Did it change it? Why is it not changing the tire? It's the front right. It's just not changing the tire.
1-3.
It's saying it's a wet, but it didn't change the tire. I don't know what's going on. I'm still driving around with without a tire. This is so stupid. Yeah, but the repairs are like for the chassis. That shouldn't like make a difference for the tire. You should be able to change tire without doing repairs. Because I don't want to fix the body. I just want a new tire. But apparently that's not possible. I have no idea what's going on. I've had that before, that you have like damage, but you just want to change the tire, but it's... I don't know what's going on. It's gonna be the final lap now anyway, so... I'm just gonna drive it home to the finish, sort of. I cannot believe I made such a stupid mistake. I totally ruined my own race. This should have been a podium at least. I don't know what's going on today. It's not stopping again. What an embarrassing race! Oh my God, this was probably the worst race I've ever had on LMU. I want to see what I did because that was so stupid. Do you guys remember which lap it was? Was it like lap 12? No, it was lap 13 probably. But he also ran into me, right? Yeah, he was quicker, but... kind of an unnecessary bump, if you ask me. Yeah, so I ran onto this curb. This one. That already unsettled the car, so I couldn't brake like I normally would. So I missed the apex. But yeah, this is nothing I wouldn't normally do as well. Why is it... I'm not even full throttle. I'm not on the what, the gravel as well. Oh, there. But that shouldn't send you into like a spin like that, right? It's only the rear tire. Yeah, I don't understand why that sends me into like an unsavable... You see people driving on the gravel all the time. Yeah. I can't see why this... Sure, it's a mistake, or at least, like... But it's not like I'm steering, I'm just going straight away. I don't understand. Yeah, the steering wheel is straight. Yeah. Well, me analyzing what happened is also me trying to learn from what happened, but... Yeah, it's just a shame. Oh, man. Yeah, today hasn't been a good day. I was on for a really good result. Frustrating. Well, I'm just gonna try again. we're bound to like have a good result at some point, you would say. But it is a big shame. Especially after that like really good qualifying, and the race start was like really good as well. I can take a look at the race start actually, because there's still 9 minutes to go. Yeah, I was really happy with how the race was going up until that point. It was probably a combination of going a little bit off track in that corner at that speed. Because if you go off track like that in the final corner of Imola, there's no problem. But that's probably because you're not driving as fast. So if I had to guess, it's probably the combination of going onto the gravel with like the rear tire and the speed you're going. That's the only explanation I could like. Because if the same thing happens in this corner, so if you go off track here, there's no problem. But that's probably because the speed is way lower. If I had to guess, but we had a really good start because we immediately jumped the driver who started in pole. And then we chose because of all the cars were bunching up, we actually chose the right line. A small dab of throttle to like get past the other car. Yeah, this was actually a good race start because there was an LMP3 immediately like in between. Yeah, it must have been the speed I was going. It's a shame. It was a really good start. I wanted to like give you guys a good result. I was trying so hard. Yeah, no, the wheel was off, but you guys were probably right. It was also the fact that the suspension was gone, so the car or the wheel couldn't be mounted to the car. Well, next time I'm just gonna stay in the pits till the end of the race, because there's no point in like driving laps, or what was it, 4 laps. You have to wait like 180 seconds, so you might as well just stand in the pit box for the rest of the race. No. Why? Yeah, these guys are so quick in the race. They're doing 141s in a race. Unbelievable. No, that's not me. I was actually born in 1986, so let me Google it. It looks really pixely, which would make sense, of course, being it almost 40 years old. You can actually buy shirts from it and paintings. But yeah, no, I don't recognize this. The game I grew up with was, or the games I grew up with as a kid were like Commander Keen and uh, um, the first Prince of Persia, but also Super Mario on the Super Nintendo. That were the games I was playing when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, true. What was the other game called? I think it was Star Fox or Star Wings. You had to like fly a spaceship in space, obviously, like a TIE fighter X-wing kind of game. And then as I got a little bit older, I got a Dreamcast from Sega with Super Monkey Ball. That was also pretty cool. And there was also like this on the PC or on the Super Nintendo as well. You had a racing game with, yeah, powered up monster trucks or something. I can't remember the name. You had like weapons, not in the same fashion as Mario Kart, but you had like stuff you could use. It was top down, so it wasn't like in a cockpit view. I can't remember the name. It had a soundtrack with lots of rock music and stuff like that. Yeah, Star Fox, yeah. We're still in Split 2. 17 cars in this. Rock and Roll Racing, yeah, that was probably it. Let me check. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I played that game a fair bit. And then when we went on holidays, like in the summer, you always had the like the arcade section at the campsites and stuff. They had like that boat racing game. I also can't remember the name. Thunder something. Played that a lot as well. They made a remake of that for the Dreamcast as well, I think. Thunder Bay? Was it Thunder Bay? Probably. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, let's do some non-crashing this time. Time to reward myself with a good result. Okay, new opportunities. If I had the opportunity to like own a Dreamcast again, that would actually be pretty cool. That was one of the best consoles.
Time 1:45.46.
Come on. We need a mega lap. Come on. There's a lot of lap time on the table.
That time was a 1:44.40.
Come on.
Time
Come on.
1:43.93.
Car went sliding. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that up. Too aggressive. At least I held it this time, though. Still, not bad. Pretty okay. Not a bad lap at all. Time to make up for the last race. Actually need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be right back.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Thanks for the good luck in Dutch. Time for some redemption. P8 in the end, so a lot of the people improved. Still, not a bad qualifying though. I'm happy with that qualifying. Let's do this.
Formation lap has started.
We're gonna have a weird starting position. The distances in this race between the cars are, yeah, really weird. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have to go. We get the green light just after the final corner. Look at, I'm like 50 meters behind. Yeah, and then I'm getting the erratic driving because okay, let's go.
Green flag, green flag.
Again, a good start. What? You have got to be kidding me. I can't turn the car. Yeah, this is just typical for today. Typical. I cannot believe what happens. I feel the Mercedes was trying to squeeze himself into a gap that wasn't there. I don't know how we're still alive, by the way. But yeah, the car is obviously again damaged. But we're not the only one with damage. What's up with the racing today? I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm gonna do it, give it my best to at least try and get back into the top 10. Someone else in the pits. I think that was the Mercedes who hit us, actually.
Time 146.18.
Another crash. Yeah, he's out. I don't know how, but we're back in the top 10. Considering the amount of time we lost after the crash.
Lap 145.96.
Come on.
Time 146.15.
No top speed, but I can try to like be as quick as I can in this first sector especially. Go, 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 go.
That time was a 146.05.
Yeah, I need to keep up this pace that I can get P9. Yeah, he's doing 149. Come on.
That time was a 146.23.
Oh, he crashed. Oh, big crash. More crashes. Come on. Oh no. That doesn't look good. P7. How are we in P7? Oh. Okay, now keep it on the track yourself. Come on. Do you guys understand this? I totally do not understand why we're at P7. Is it me, or is this the most chaotic race ever? Look at the time difference between me and the drivers behind me. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna catch up to P6 and 5 with the damage I have. Just need to try and consolidate this position.
Time 146.28.
P4, 5 and 6 are close together though.
That time was a 145.87.
Oh. I definitely need a second screen for the chat. Looking on an iPad is just making things really difficult. Yeah, let's try and keep all the wheels on the car this race. That would help. You never know, we might get lucky this time. Or someone else in front of us gets unlucky.
45.73.
You never know. Yeah, I really do need a second screen like above my TV. That would really help, so I could read chat normally.
Time 145.72.
Come on, cars in front, start fighting. We need some luck. Yeah, gaps are too big.
Lap 145.41.
Oh, LMP spins behind me. Cost a little bit of time there, but it's okay.
Lap 146.19.
Considering the traffic we had, this is a pretty good lap.
That time was a 145.89. Lap 145.77.
Yeah, we're too far away, but it's okay. Oh, what happened here? No! Woo! Wow! Oh my! What was that? That was so close. Oh, that could have been race ending. Okay, I'm just gonna cruise it home. Not gonna push like crazy anymore because nothing to gain, and after that almost shunt, I'm not gonna try my luck here. Oh, we got away. Really lucky there.
That time was a 146.52.
Oh, P5 crashed. It's just forcing me off the racing line. It's the same LMP. Yeah, it's gonna be the final lap, right?
Lap 146.35.
Come on, give me some luck. Yeah, it's gonna be P7. I'll take it. After all that, I'll take it. Being dead last, 100 meters after the race starts. I'll take it. We never gave up. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I want to see what happened in the first lap. Oh, look at the list of DNFs. Yeah, thanks for the GGs. Oh, for a minute there, I was like, okay, not again, not a ruined race again, but we fought back. Actually gained one place from where we started, so Yeah, the race contact, yeah. It was Komei Meikuson. Was he driving a Mercedes? Well, he did. Oh, that was the Ford. Yeah, he... Okay. So the Mercedes who touched me didn't even get the race contact? That's interesting. I want to see. And I also want to see that LMP, the near LMP crash. That was really close. Yeah, I honestly don't understand what happened in the first lap. That was, yeah, a mental race again. Sort of fitting for how the racing the whole day is going, but I want to see what happens. So let's take a look at the... It was actually... it was this Mercedes, I think. Yeah, he probably had a really good start, but I want to see what happens. It's probably just a racing incident, but let's see. Yeah, so the left side of the track had a really bad start. They were all really slow off the line. Yeah, I think it's my fault. I think it's my own fault. I'm driving ever so slightly to the left. And he's already... Well, I can't say that there's like really a big overlap, but it's pretty understandable that he is driving in a straight line. So this is... Yeah, this is just... It's unlucky, but it's my own fault, I guess. But again, it's ever so slightly. I'm immediately on the brakes. Oh, how this Porsche didn't hit me. Yeah, nice skills, bro. He did a really good job avoiding me. At this point, I was like, oh, I'm gonna save it. But then I get another touch. This is the one that actually kills it. Otherwise, it would have been a Verstappen save. Let's just play it at normal speed. It would have been a Verstappen like 360 if I saved it. Can we have the... I want to have the normal... Yeah, this one. Oh, it would have been a save. This is also like, yeah. Hello. This is also really stupid. Look at this. Yeah, he was just an innocent victim. He couldn't do anything about it as well. But then I wanted to 360 or at least spin it around, but the car wouldn't do it. This also cost a lot of time. But then, yeah, they already crashed. What happened here? Oh my. This is just complete carnage. So this was P1 actually. Oh no. He had to take evasive action and then he rejoins, yeah. I know how this feels. Oh, there's a loose tire. Oh my. Complete carnage. So the Porsche who he did a really good job like avoiding me, but then he gets involved in this crash. Oh my, this is utter chaos. Oh. Oh, he gets like slammed into like 4 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're like, eat that. Wow. Yeah, so this is actually the pole sitter. He's also cooked. He also lost a tire? No. This Porsche won the race. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This is insane. This mental. Oh my. Yeah, this guy did a good job. He avoided everyone. I was still struggling here to turn the car. But after 2 laps, we're already back in P12 because everybody had damage or broken cars. P11. So how did we end up in P7 then? P10? Oh, that was this crash. Oh yeah, I want to see what happened here. Oh my. This is also tasty. Oh! No! It was this LMP car. This one. Ah, mate. Oh no. No! So this could have happened to us in the what was it, the final lap? He wasn't looking. And I was complimenting him for the first lap avoidance. Oh no. What happened to him? He just spun on his own? I think so. Yeah, he spun on his own. And then he floored it too much. Oh no. Oh no. This is so unlucky. So he got hit by him and then he's like, yeah, if you can do a bad rejoin, I can do the same. Watch this. Oh, this is bad. He's like, I'm gonna ruin your race. Eat this. Oh my. Insane. But they must have been getting yellows, right? Insane. Yo, what's up, Bumper? Florida, USA. So you just had the F1. I'm gonna grab a battery. 1 second. One second. Yeah. So I think the fact that we survived the first lap the way that we did actually meant that we could claw back to P7 eventually. Because we avoided all the carnage that came afterwards. So which lap was the incident, the almost incident with the, I think it was this one. Oh, it was so close. I'm already turning left. Woof! That was so close. Let's look at it at full speed. Oh. Yeah, it's the same car. Like from before, from the same incident. We were watching just a minute ago, it's the same LMP car. Oh, that was so close. But it's the same LMP. So lucky, so lucky. Yeah, it's so close. It's because I'm turning left that I avoid him. Because normally you would like go on the curb. But you could see here that I was, at this point, I was already preparing for him to go back on the track. So that's why I'm not full throttle, because usually you're full throttle to this section. That actually saves me. Otherwise it would have been a huge crash. Oh man. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Yeah. Well, fun race in the end. I did the right thing, I think. Let's see. Oh, we already looked at the result, right? Yeah, I lost a huge chunk of DR today. But that's okay, we'll win it back. That's all fine. The last race was really close, really fun. So that's it for today. I'm gonna prepare myself some dinner. I'm gonna go to the gym later, so I have to eat a little bit early today. But that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. So with some more racing at Imola, I guess. I think I like the Imola race more than the Monza race this week. So, but yeah, thanks again for joining, everyone, for the nice chats. Really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And hope to see you again tomorrow then.